What happened?
Man, the party bus came through here. Am I right or am I right?
And welcome back to another exciting installment of Mathematics with Lo Wang. Today's question: how many shurikens does it take to blow up a police car? The answer is 2. Don't try this at home, kids. Making our way through this charming little demon-infested hellhole of a town, we can't help but notice there's a lot of cars around. And they all explode. There's a very strong emphasis on environmental explosives in this game, and it makes the combat a lot more fun. This demon is demonstrating a game mechanic we haven't encountered yet. It is getting pissed. As we use the various tools and combinations at our disposal to fight more effectively and stylishly, the enemies step up their game. They can get angrier and angrier. Enraged demons turn a different color, usually a darker shade. They are tougher, faster and hit harder. We'll see the technique I just leveled up a bit later in the video. It's an area Katana Attack. Another demonstration of what I was saying earlier about environmental explosives. This is actually a carryover from the previous game by Flying Wild Hog, Hard Reset. As is this guy, I believe its name was Gorilla, or maybe Mastiff, definitely some sort of a cat. Now, I said before that the arcade machines are useless, and it turned out to be wrong. For one, they actually play tracks from their respective games when you insert coins in them. But more importantly, they explode, and it's just not any old explosion. They explode with lightning. We got 2 new kill messages in the arcade fight. The Demolition Man one is awarded simply for killing someone using an environmental object. Raiden, now that's for electrocution. Now, Raiden is a bit special as far as kill messages go. The game has achievements for killing a certain number of enemies in certain ways, and Raiden wants you to electrocute 100 bad guys. By the way, this rather weird poster is from Hard Reset. As I was saying, getting the Raiden achievement is a pain in the ass, because lightning traps are very rare in this game. It turns out I still don't have it after 5 playthroughs.
Half of hell rode into town to get this thing. What's so special about the Nobitsura Kage?
Oh, Zilla never told you?
Told me what? Told me what? Hello?
I would suggest paying attention to what Hoji says during this level. We will be getting some pretty important exposition. As well as some rather painful railroading. Now this is a key shrine, the official name for which, by the way, I looked up. It's Tentoki. Again, no idea what it means. As you can see, it's protected. We can't hurt it. It is incredibly stupid, as we'll see in just a moment. On the plus side, we get to meet a new enemy.
What now? Demon vultures? Hey, easy with the bleeding. This is dry clean only.
Now, according to the only source of enemy names I have on this, that is Steam trading cards, these guys are called Birdmen. They're your standard ranged enemy. Either they spit a line of 3 fireballs at you, or they float in the air and spit a bigger fireball at you.
Without birds.
That golem was here. I can feel it.
Did she kill all these people?
No, that was the demons. They're protecting her.
Protecting her or massacring everything else?
Apparently it's all the same to them.
And here's why I was so dismissive of the key shrine. There's no reason to place it right here except to force a bit of backtracking. This chi crystal will use to unlock the shockwave power, also known as Tiger's Roar. It's not my favorite, I will be showing off in this video, but apart from a couple of high point exploits, it's not that useful. Here we unlock another retro secret area. As usual, dashing down that slope will most likely kill you. I believe this room is lifted from the original Shadow Warrior's first level seppuku station. The fortune cookie is new though. Now to go back to the bit where I was talking about hard reset and its influence in this game. Hard reset was most notable for two things. One, a completely fucking incomprehensible plot. Two, a rather inadequate arsenal for the amounts of enemies you had to put up with. Being good at hard reset meant being able to deal with the hordes of incoming robots by abusing your environment. Just about everything in hard reset was explosive. Now, one of the main dogmas of gaming is that blowing shit up is fun.
I love the smell of demon guts in the morning.
And hard reset certainly delivered on that part. But it kind of detracted from the fun by making the environment abuse pretty much mandatory. Shadow Warrior improved on the concept. Everything still blows up.
Oh, the sheriff. Let's see if he brought some decent weapons. Ooh, now who in their right mind would leave? Oh, shit. Please explode, please explode, please explode, please explode. Come on. Ha! Cowabunga, assholes! Let's go!
But this time it blows up for her pleasure.
This sure looks like it could put some holes in some bodies.
Cowabunga, by the way, was one of the things Lo Wang said upon acquiring a new weapon in the original game, which means it's most likely a pop culture reference of some sort.
We need to catch this thing, Wang, before it can return to its masters.
Masters.
It was sent here by the ancients, the rulers of the Shadow Realm.
Oh, lovely. Anything else I should know about?
Probably
Too late.
Okay, so I apologize for the timing here, a lot of shit happening at the same time. And I really didn't expect the Death Metal Vengeance Rabbit to spawn while Hoji is still expositioning. Thankfully this fight will take a while and there's not much to talk about it, so here's the history. Rabbits are a running gag in the original Shadow Warrior game, doing what rabbits do best and having one comment on it in various ways. In the same way, however, we can inflict a decent amount of violence on rabbits in that game. So for the remake, they come with a response.
Oh, that feels good.
Upon killing any rabbit, there's a chance of this monstrosity spawning and trying to hurt you. It is a melee attack, it can teleport behind you, and it has a metric fuckton of health. About the only thing it's good for is that it has a chance of dropping the demon heart. In short, don't kill rabbits. I know I haven't talked about the SMG yet, but as it stands now we won't be using it that much until we manage to get it upgraded. And at that point we'll have plenty of time and space to show it off. Speaking of upgrades, the Dog Wolver is about to get one. Any second now. Any second now. Thank you, past me. We are upgrading it with the lightweight cylinder, which makes it fire 20% faster. And then we're getting lost in a single room. I blame the fallen paper fire lamp thing. Yeah, that. Okay, so let me see. Huge arena, lots of exploding cars. Let us plan our approach carefully and... you know what, fuck this.
You can do something or just stand there and bleed.
Here we are getting a pretty good demonstration of what Circle of Iron actually does. Lang spins around like a murderous top and chops off the heads of everyone involved. It is very powerful, however it does lock you in place. Which means the usual follow-up is to turn on your healing spell and run like a little girl. Here I'm using the shockwave powered Tiger's Roar. For now it pretty much just knocks the enemies in front of us down. Nothing that special. And I believe I missed that healing spirit by centimeters. Here I am totally demonstrating that healing doesn't put our health over 65. Narrowly missing another healing spirit. It's almost like the suckers don't want their souls eaten. And getting stuck on the environment. Mike is good at that. Finally, here's one of the game's more obvious secrets. Finally, just a bit of good old-fashioned looting before another area transition. I'll probably start cutting these sequences out in the future.
These ancients, why do they want the Nobitsura Kage?
The ancients are immortal beings. They rule the Shadow Realm and nothing can challenge them.
Okay.
Except for this sword.
Ah, so they want it?
Yeah.
Now what you're supposed to do here is to kick the barrels down the hill and blow the demons all up at once. Sadly the physics engine decided not to cooperate. I also keep trying to use moves I don't have yet. Speaking of, Wing of Crane is our final katana technique, and it is a ranged attack.
How do you like the party now?
Now in just a moment there will be a jump cut, because otherwise the next 3 minutes of the video would consist of me running around in circles looking for a secret that's not there. Did I mention I hate bamboo woods? And here's Wing of Crane in all its anime glory. I can't really be too angry at it. I mean, it's an aerial slash that can slice enemies in half.
You reap what you sow.
Believe it or not, but that stutter was actually in the game. While normally the loadings aren't that bad, using recording software really amps them up. And I really hope these guys are not going my way. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course they are. Now this section of looking for a non-existent secret I actually kept in. Because I really like that musical sting. Anyway, the canal fight is effectively our first showcase of enemies using something that could be considered a doctrine of combined arms. While we did encounter Birdmen and regular demons together before, it was always either in close quarters or a cluttered area in which the Birdmen could never really get a clear line of sight on us. This is pretty much the first situation in which we actually have to deal with a bunch of enemies while being sniped at with any kind of efficiency. And it takes me a while to realize that my strategy of blinking away with the dog volver is not the best.
I'm starting to like this.
What I should have done immediately is pull out the katana and turn the long-range engagement into a close quarters fight. A little thing you may notice here, Circle of Iron actually hits the place where you are aiming when you start the thing twice. Also, Divider of Heavens can actually skewer more than one guy.
Guess I was just too much Wang for them to handle.
The sprite I was pointing at while Wang was gloating, I believe is a reference to the original game, but for the life of me I can't remember where it actually is. As always, enlightenment is welcome. Now here is our bamboo area number 2, and this one is actually the one with the secret in it. The problem is it's pretty big and mostly empty, and it's really easy to get turned around. So what you want to do is to keep at least a couple demons alive as reference points of sorts towards where you are. But really, I just wish the place burned down. Special awareness 1, low Wang 0. Here's the secret, and it took only about a minute longer than it should have. Actually getting out of this place is thankfully pretty simple, all you really need to do is follow the lights. Now we are getting ready to tackle the final arena of this level, and I kinda want to upgrade my dog Volver to its fullest potential. Only it turns out I'm missing exactly 72 monies.
Bigger they are.
The big guy we're encountering here is called a Warlord, and he serves as a mini-boss of sorts for this level. He has a couple of nasty tricks up his sleeve. He can fire a beam that stuns us and drags us towards him. The thing to remember about this move is that if you get grabbed, do not dash to the side. The reason for this is that his follow-up move is an axe slam that hits a large circular area around him. And dashing to a side doesn't get you out of the area. Dashing backwards, however, does. And now he's getting pissed.
On fucking side, you ugly son of a bitch!
This is his second ranged attack, a shockwave that can be jumped over. His third move, enraging other enemies, doesn't really come into play in this fight. His ability to defy the laws of gravity, however, does. Now here you might notice we shut off a bit of his armor. Bigger enemies, like the Warlord, are actually not prone to dismemberment, as one might expect, and focusing different body parts has very definite effects. Shooting or cutting off the right hand gets rid of the grab beam attack, while getting rid of the left hand takes care of the shockwave. Now all that's left to do is to clean up the couple of demons that spawn after you kill the Warlord. It's nothing special, mostly Birdman. I think they're banking on you having low health from the Warlord encounter, but if you're careful with the big guy, there's really no problems here. So I'm just having some fun with the katana.
How about a firecracker in that ass?
You may notice that Circle of Iron actually has a range that's slightly bigger than the length of Wang's sword. And that despite my assurances, I still have to run and heal quite a lot. Those enraged demons are deceptively strong, and it does not pay to underestimate them. I probably didn't mention this before, despite having seen it already. Tranquilizer is the kill message you get for murdering an enraged enemy. One of these days I'll actually get a demon heart that kills more than one guy, and it'll be glorious. Now that there's only one guy left, he has a purpose. I really don't want to run this joke to the ground, but... 5. Now, before we finish, I want to spend our one final karma point on a skill that makes all our katana special attacks steal some health. Its name is Wang Hunger. Yep.